got the better of me. As I was walking through town, all of a sudden I see Sheriff John Brown. He's aiming to shoot me down. I beat him to it. I shot the guy down. I said, I shot the sheriff. Yeah. I did not shoot no deputy. I shot the sheriff. I ain't guilty. I ain't guilty. I shot the sheriff, but I swear it was in self-defense. I shot the sheriff. I gotta get a witness.
Thank you. Thank you. Good work. Great. A very good evening and welcome to the program. That's a Bob Marley song, I Shot the Sheriff. Got another great program for you tonight. Something of a coup for us. The world premiere of Mike Peters' new band, The Poets. From the world of black gospel music, we've got New Colours, we've got the Bronte brothers, we've got a girl from Penarth whose CV reads like the who's who of rock and roll. But first, a hammered dulcimer player for you. Will you please welcome Jim Couza?
Very good pick. Jim Couza.
It's a hammered dulcimer. I don't expect many people have seen them before. Where did they come from?
The Middle East, about somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 or 6,000 years ago, originally.
Goodness.
Actually, maybe even 10,000 years ago, pygmies in the Ituri forest dig pits in the ground.
How do you know? How do you know that?
The Oxford Dictionary of Music says so.
Yeah? And how do they find out things like that?
I don't know. I suppose they just extrapolated.
I see. So it goes back a long way anyway.
It does. It truly does, yes.
And just to see how it works, because it's magical. The strings are stretched across. Now, these things look to me like piano dampers.
Well, it's an ancestor of the piano. The instrument came into Europe around the 9th century with returning crusaders. It spread all over the world. China, America, it arrived around the same time, 17th, 18th century. It's called a lot of different names in a lot of different countries. I call it a lot of names myself every time I want to try to tune it. And and basically around 1500 or so, when they were inventing pianos, they went around all over Europe looking at the types of instruments that were like this that they were playing with. And they applied the principles and came up with the idea. So when you press a key, that's what happens inside the piano.
Bang,
The hammer comes down.
And also, there seem to be certain different areas where you can hit it. Do you get different notes?
Yeah, it's arranged in fifths so that you take a string, put it under tension, and you divide it in the middle with a bridge, and you get a different pitch on either side of the bridge. It's the same string. Get in tune. Even worse. Or we'll see how good you float. Yeah.
Great. I mean, so you just follow yourself around this thing, because you can tune it as you go along. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
In front of your eyes. I mean, it got to America. I mean, that's where you come from, yeah?
1607, on the first Jamestown colony ship, it arrived in America, along with a violin. The same man owned both. I've seen the instrument that purports to be that instrument, and actually played it, you know. And it's,
really?
Yeah.
And it just spread throughout America.
200-year-old hammered dulcimer, and it's absolutely brilliant. It sounds really nice even today. And it spread into the southern Appalachians, into the uplands, you know, the highlands, you know, the Appalachians, the Blue Ridge, the Smokies, and then spread up the valley, the Shenandoah Valley, and then up into Ohio, and as the frontier pushed westward. There are two main areas where it seemed to have settled in America. One was in the Appalachians, in the uplands, where it was recorded by people who were recording for the Library of Congress in the 30s and 40s. Yeah. And in the Midwest, where there was a man named Chet Parker, who was the last survivor of it, and he trained another couple of people, like there's a couple of players that followed him, Jay Rounds and other people in the States. It's because in the 19-teens, Henry Ford, you know, the guy,
yeah,
you know, the car man, the automobile manufacturer, he had a hammer dulcimer player in his band and inspired lots of other string bands.
Can I play with you?
Yes, I think we might arrange something with a Welsh connection.
Okay, yeah,
like,
what's it called?
The Gabaril in Welsh, but it's actually Soldier's Joy, King's Head, or a lot of other names too, sometimes called Dorset Forehand Reel, so we're going to do something a little bit different to it. Darling boy, my mama's darling boy. I am my mama's darling boy. I'm planting gold soldier's joy. See my daddy's little girl. See my daddy's little girl. See my daddy's little girl. Come on, let's do the dulcimer twirl. Hey, what do you say we try and do a little bit of something through this?
Okay, I'll follow you.
All right, here we go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Many people seem to think that pop music has died, it's been replaced by trendy haircuts and computers. Not so. We're going to prove it wrong again tonight. Will you please welcome the Bronte brothers?
Rise in the morning when the sun come up and I rattle my bones awake. The sound of the rail up to the pale place, the rhythm to make me shake. Says, hey, boy, tiddly rock back, Billy, gonna let that rhythm shine. Ain't rockabilly, ain't about film, we're gonna make that hand job mine. On my way, but I don't know where, gonna follow that broken song. If you wanna play, but I join me now, cause tomorrow I'll be gone. Hey, boy, tiddly rock back, Billy, gonna let that rhythm shine. Ain't rockabilly, ain't about the film, we're gonna make that hand job mine. Sound of my head keeps striking my leg, and it's telling me what to play. Tapping my feet right through my shoes, gonna skip my days away. Hey, boy, tiddly rock back, Billy, gonna let that rhythm shine. Ain't rockabilly, ain't about film, we're gonna make that hand job mine. We're gonna make that hand job mine. We're gonna make that hand job, make that hand job, make that hand job mine.
Sit down. Nice to see you. The Bronte brothers. Great stuff, boys. First of all, before we start talking about the music, you don't look very much alike, boys. For brothers.
Not brothers at all, no.
No? So which one's the Bronte?
You the Bronte?
No, not me.
Neither. So why the Bronte brothers? Why the name?
We liked it. We're from Yorkshire. We're from Leeds, and it's a regional thing, and it's just nice to place the thing that you come from, yeah.
Because the funny thing is, just listening to Jim earlier, I mean, the tradition of your type of music stretches back across the Atlantic again, doesn't it? I mean, that picking and guitar playing. I mean, I'm surprised that it's still alive and kicking in Britain because of all the computers that are around.
I think so, yeah. I think there's a lot of it around, and I mean, it's lovely to hear him playing that Dulcimar because those sort of sounds that are coming off that is always the sounds that I hear in guitars, you know, the open sort of piano thing, and I think it's alive and kicking. I mean, we're drawing things from the American and the blues, but we're drawing things from African sort of music as well.
Yeah, there's that very South American, isn't it, with the way it's actually put together, the rhythms of it and the whole thing moving through. Yeah. What about, I mean, gaining recognition? Is it hard in this environment to get people to listen?
Definitely the music we're playing, yeah. It's not mainstream sort of stuff, it's very hard to market.
That's the thing, because you can't really package the Bronte brothers in that case. Although, I mean, we just got like the twins out of the Bronte brothers. There's a whole family, isn't there? Yeah. So there's a whole bass drums and the whole lot.
Yeah, we're an electric band usually. I mean, it's nice to do the acoustic thing. Usually that number we're doing there is, you know, a full blown thing, drums and bass and slide guitar playing all the lines.
So that particular song was called?
Make That Hand Jive Mine.
Make That Hand Jive Mine. All right, what about more records that people can go out and buy? I know there's one album out that's been out this year. Does it move along to next year as well?
It will do, yeah. In January we're going to put out a new single. The album that's out is called The Way Through the Woods, and it's on This Way Up Records.
Great. Well, go out and buy it. The Bronte brothers. Good luck. Now for something of a coup, as I mentioned at the beginning of the programme. Mike Peters, with The Alarm, was probably the most successful Welsh pop musician of his generation. He's taken some time out, but he's back now with a new band. Will you please welcome Mike Peters and the Poets.
After 2 light years, and things have gone from bad to worse. A plane hijack hit the front page news alongside a double-decker bus reported seen on the moon. Well, I tuned my channel into a satellite set, ranking my burgers in the red square with the president. I tried to decipher all the global speak. Is this the USA or Europe or deep outer space? This planet Earth. Well, I was standing naked in my cowboy boots and a pair of Calvin Kleins that hid my road. The shoppers walk by in a valley of haze, soaking up the sun and the death rays. Say, is this planet Earth or another world? Planet Earth, is this planet Earth? Planet Earth or another world? Planet Earth, is this planet Earth? Tell me. Is this planet Earth?
We'll be back for more with Mike Peters and the Poets in a couple of minutes. See you there. Take it, boys.